What up, my people over the mall. If they want 10 Goliath, I'll be David for life. Oluwade Masai over the mall. If they want 10 Goliath, I'll be David for life. Oluwade Masai. Hi everybody. So as you guys know, Davido dropped his timeless album, and as you can tell, he's taking over the world. The album is fire. I'll be honest with you guys, the album is fire. I have went through every single song. I've been playing it for about 2 weeks now, and today I want us to dive right into it. So let's go back into this, right? For the past 3 years, Davido has dropped two albums. In November 2019, he dropped his A Good Time album, right? Um, that album did pretty well in Nigeria and all over Africa and across the world, but it didn't really capture the charts like we actually thought that Davido was going to. But also that was the album that was basically introducing him into the now globally Afrobeat wave that's going on. So we didn't really expect that album to catch on as his album now, right? So he did drop The Good Time in 2019. It did pretty well, but it didn't do that great as his album now. In 2020, he dropped A Better Time. Now, A Better Time also did well. A Better Time did well. I enjoyed A Better Time. Like, Fam was a hit in Africa, man. Like, everybody was singing Fam. Jowo was my favorite. My personal favorite was Jowo. Like, Jowo, So, yeah, this album also did well. But the slight difference with this album was that he invited a lot of foreign artists, like a lot of artists in America. Like he invited a lot of R&B singers. Like he had Drake. No, he had Chris Brown on there. He had Nicki Minaj. Is a female rapper. He had a lot of Americans on there, and this album to him was also a flop. He didn't do as well that he thought that he wanted to do because this time he was already established. So now moving forward, you know, Wizkid and Burna Boy and them were taking over. They were doing. Burna Boy had just won a Grammy. Wizkid had just won a Grammy. So Davido went quiet for a while. The pressure was on for him to do something big, and all of a sudden, if you guys heard the news last year, he lost his son. It became something big all across the blogs. I send out my condolences. He went quiet, very quiet. Wizkid reached out, Burna Boy reached out, a lot of people from around the world reached out. Surprisingly, you know, I was waiting to see how he was gonna come back from that. When Burna Boy, Wizkid, and them were winning Grammys, he had lost his son. I wanted to see how he was gonna come back from that personally, right? Davido tweeted in 2022 December 19th that see you in March. Now, the day that this tweet dropped, I was actually excited. I'm like, okay, I'm waiting for this comeback. We all wanted to see what Davido was gonna do, right? And hold and behold, he did drop his Timeless album in March, and wow, he did blow me off. I'll be honest with you, he shook my mind. I was expecting this album to be like the last two albums, but man, this album was really timeless. It's a beautiful project. I can't lie. I've been listening to this album for the last month, all over my radio. Um, from 1 to 17, from the Over Them where he talks about. I like how he takes his name David, right, and relates it to the Bible. You know, if you know the Bible first, Goliath and David, how David was very tiny, but he defeated Goliath because God was on his side. I like how when he went through all that, losing his son, all that pressure from last year, he still stood. So the beginning was very important. It's one of my favorite. The beginning is actually Over Them is my favorite on the song. Comment below, let me know what is your favorite. But for me, Over Them is my favorite. And then you go on to Phil. I think Phil is Davido's personal favorite too. Phil is amazing. I love Phil. I love the vibe, the summer vibe. In the garden, it's amazing. Godfather is lit. Unavailable is like, it should win him a Grammy. Unavailable should definitely win him a Grammy. Bob, he did his thing. He paid me. Away is nice. Position is nice. Kante, Fave did that then on Kante. Kante is the best. Kante is the best. But one of my personal favorites is Namoni. Angelique Cujo did that then. She killed that song. Angelino Cujo killed that song. Namoni is actually my favorite. As a shorty say, Namoni, yo. Juju Skepta did his thing. No competition. Asake. No competition for my lady. Asake did his thing too. Picasso for the road. LCND champion sound. We already know. So overall, I'll give this project 9/10. It has very massive replay value, and Davido, he kind of shut down the critics. So yes, overall, I'll give this album a 9/10. My personal favorite is two, Namoni and Over Them. So comment below your favorite. Let me know. Now, let me take you guys to some of the tweets that people were tweeting when this album dropped. Someone said Davido's album got me screaming always. It's not me. It's not just me screaming. A lot of people are. Davido himself tweeted, "Bro, Phil is too sweet." TJ Omori should be putting out a video for this soon. Ashatu said, "I love this Unavailable by Davido." We all love it. We all love it. AJ said, "Davido got the hit for the summer." Indeed, he did. And one thing I personally like about this album is the fact that he didn't go that route with the Better Time, featuring a lot of American artists. He stayed with the African artists. One of my favorites on there was Logos Olore. Man, Logos Olore, man. Baby, don't need my soul, baby. Yeah, that dude killed it. That dude killed it. Comment below. Comment below. Let me know which of the features on there was your favorite. Like it was a lot. I like that they are all Africans too. I mean, Skepta is from the UK, but basically Skepta is Nigerian too. Like Skepta did his thing, Logos Olori did his thing, The Caveman did his thing, Depsta, Musa Keys, Fave. Man, personally, Fave is my favorite on there. Fave did her thing. Like Kante in the studios would go crazy. Shout out to Kante. Shout out to Kante. Shout out to Fave too, man. She did her thing. But yeah, someone said Timeless is literally the soundtrack to our lives right now. A period we are never gonna forget. Most of us literally love over 13 songs out of 17. That's extremely hard to achieve a decade in. I'm not gonna lie, Davido proved that's wrong. In such a hard time of his life, Davido did. He put up such an amazing album. Like he shut down the critics. I believe he's supposed to be going on tour with Whiskey soon.